So guys, in this video, we're going to go through the $1 Million Creatives Guide and how to really find viral specialists. And I've shared entire lists, plug and plays in this document. So I'm really excited to get into this one for every single one of you, right? So let's just dive into it, all right? So winning ad creatives usually have the same elements to ensure the best possible results. Here is how you can set up a winning video ad creative, right? So here is the recommended video length. It should be between 20 to 60 seconds. Aspect ratio should be as follows, right? And understand that you need to optimize for mobile view because 90% of your sales and traffic overall from social media comes from mobile, right? Understand that the first 3 to 5 seconds, right, are literally the most important, right? If someone doesn't even watch the first 3 to 5 seconds and they just keep scrolling, that just means that you've paid for an extra impression on your potential customers' feeds, right? So understand that if something's not shocking, if something doesn't grab the user's attention, then they're likely not to convert down the funnel, right? And I have shared ahead a few links to posts and UGC content that is really shocking, and and I've shared examples of winning creatives that are really displaying how you can implement the shock element into the brand's creatives right over here, so you can check them out, right? And again, the last 3 to 5 seconds are again important because many a times, even if you hold a user's attention throughout the entire video but you don't tell them what to do at the end, they're going to be left wondering why did they just watch that video, right? So you need to encourage users to go ahead and click the shop now button and literally go ahead and visit your website, right? And it should drive that interest to users for them to go ahead and click to your website, right? And here are examples of what your CTAs could look like, right? Next is in between the first and last seconds, you need to educate, you need to bring a solution, and then you also need to bring the benefits that the product will have for the user and obviously the features, right? Now, a video creative that shows all of the above is just like this one, right? So you can see something right over here. So that catches attention. This one catches attention, right? And then it actually goes through the problem and the solutions of the consumer, right? Right, and then that's the CTA, right? So you can check out that full creative, right? Now educate, provide the solution, provide the benefits, and then provide the features, right? And in the end, you have a CTA. So this is another example of another creative that you can check out, right? And again, it shows how you need to educate, provide the solution, provide the benefits, and then the features, right? So once you click through this, you'd be able to figure out what that creative looks like. So you see it's the one right here, right? So that caught your attention, right? That would catch your attention, right?
Good night.
Good night.
Sweet.
Yep. And then it's just a video where the dog is potentially talking, right? So it's a dog bed, but you can see how well they have branded the entire video and what they're really conveying in the video, right? And throughout the video, they're putting in their logo, and at the end they put their logo, they put the CTA, right? Over here they missed the CTA, but this in itself could be the CTA because they're mentioning words like today, right? That's driving urgency, that's making people curious as to where they can go ahead and get this, right? Next is actually attention grabbing thumbnails, right? And it needs to stop users from scrolling, right? So this is whether or not you're even using video creatives or image creatives, they really need to grab attention on the first viewing, right? Only if it grabs attention is only when someone will go ahead and really go through the entire video and then potentially be in a position to convert, right? So here are more examples, right? So you can go ahead, check out what each of these posts are. I've given a long list of examples that you can actually check out, right? And if you are to go ahead and check this one out, right? So once you have gone through all these examples, what you can do is you can understand how to use these creators, right? So you can go ahead and build multiple evergreen $1 million creatives, right? Which are either specific to a product or specific to a bundle on your ecom store, right? This will obviously provide super high return on investment, right? Next one you can create is actually seasonal creative, something that comes once a year, something like a Black Friday seasonal creative, or even a Christmas creative, even an Easter creative, right? These are recurring events that take place every single year and also have a very and these events also have a really high return on investment because you can use the same creative every single year by just changing the date or the year on the video creative, right? And that's really simple, honestly. So you can quickly use the same creative for even 3 to 5 years back to back and print money. Like genuinely, once you find a winning creative that's working, you can add in seasonal creative language on top of it, right? And very easily use it for many years to come, right? Again, using $1 million creatives and getting and putting in all the work that you need to create $1 million creative for just a one-off sales campaign is obviously gonna have a low ROI, right? So if something doesn't come as often, or if it's a sale that isn't very popular, then I recommend do not really invest into $1 million creative if it's just for a one-off sales campaign, right? Now I've gone ahead and also listed many more examples that you can check out, right? And what is the conclusion, right? So you need to notice a pattern. A great ad creative has a combination of clear and easy to understand view of what the product does and how it can benefit and add value, right? You need to understand it needs to add value to the customer, right? It also provides a solution to the problem through the product, right? So if this is the solution and this is the problem, your product needs to be here so that people understand that they need to use your product to get to the solution, right? Great ads will always consist of showing how the product works, social proof through UGC to build credibility, and an attention grabbing first 5 seconds that will be the foundation for the rest of the video, right? Needs to have social proof, needs to have attention grabbing first 5 seconds, and also shows how the product works. Boom, you have a winning creative, right? Now, here are some frequently asked questions, right? So you can check this out, right? So I have no, if you have no editing skills, how can I create video ads, right? So here are a few freelancers that can help you out, right? I've listed a few companies as well that can in fact help you with everything, right? All the way from finding a creator and even sending them the product and getting the entire shoot done and sent back to you, right? You can also use like potentially this app, right? Along with maybe this app, right? To get some raw content and then send it over to some freelancers for just editing it up and chopping it into language that you seem fit for the ad, right? Now, again, what software can you use? If you do plan on using this by yourself, then you can go ahead, use Animoto, use iMovie, or even CapCut, right? CapCut is really simple to use, and it's really, you can make videos in like 15 minutes, honestly, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know? So yeah, that's the software, right? And again, how do you come up with good creatives to test? So emulation is key. You need to look at what other brands are doing, but again, also keep in mind that most brands out there are not making a lot of money through ads, right? So you need to understand that most ads will not be the best and will not be the best replica of what you need to be doing. That's the reason I've shared a list over here, a long list of a lot of examples that I've personally vetted through, and I know that each of these creatives are converting really well, right? And if you can understand the framework that's going behind each of these creatives, you'd be able to look at a new brand that I haven't even listed here, and you'd understand if their creatives are converting, right? So moving on, um, understand that you need to emulate the ad copy, the thumbnail, and the video in the beginning. Then once you have some traction, right, once you are pulling in a few sales and things are consistent, you can go ahead, find your own successful format, right? And yeah, again, you need to understand that you can this wouldn't be recommended unless, like, when if you're launching a brand, then this wouldn't be recommended of downloading your competitors' videos, right? And yeah, also remember, if you are looking to do drop shipping, right? Obviously, I don't recommend doing drop shipping, but if you are just testing out the product, maybe this could be something you're doing in drop shipping, right? Understand that you need to create a new export video from your video editing software, because every single video ever published online has metadata, right? So if you do not edit the video and you do not re-export it, it's not going to have new metadata. And if you upload the video with the old metadata, Facebook's going to know that you literally took somebody's video and uploaded it back into their platform, right? Now, I also understand that you might need help and you might need a plug and play for ad copies and creatives, right? So I've gone ahead and created ad copy recipes, right, that you can actually check out. I've linked it within the document, right, and you can check out a long list of potential ad copy recipes that you can replicate and use, right? So this is a very, very long list, and you can definitely check all of them out. And here is a list of actual creatives, right? So here you can get an idea of even creatives that I haven't listed in the first guide, in this guide over here. You can go ahead and check out even other creatives of brands that are converting, because brands that use these kinds of creatives end up converting, right? So you can check them out. You can check out what the format is of the entire creative over here. There's a long list again, and obviously match the creative and the ad copy together so that you can bring on $1 million creatives for your brand as well. So guys, that was the $1 million creative guide. Really hope that you got a lot of value from this one, and looking forward to see you in the next one. Cheers.